Hey there, today we're going to talk about an appraisal gap. An appraisal gap in residential real estate refers to a situation where the appraised value of a property falls short of the agreed upon purchase price. Now, when a buyer and a seller enter into a real estate transaction, they typically negotiate and agree to a purchase price for the property in a contract. As part of the mortgage process, if they're getting a loan, the lender will order an appraisal to determine the current market value of the property. In this case, if the appraised value is lower than the agreed upon contract price, an appraisal gap arises. This means that the buyer's lender may be unwilling to provide a loan for the full amount of purchase. When this happens, the buyer typically has a few options. Number one, they can pay the difference. The buyer can choose to make up the shortfall by paying the additional amount out of pocket, which would be above the loan amount. Number two, they can renegotiate the price with the seller, or they can walk away from the deal. If the buyer is unwilling or unable to close the gap, the buyer may have an option to terminate in some cases. The appraisal gap can create challenges as it can affect the financing and overall viability of a deal, especially when people are paying a lot over asking and getting a loan. Depending on if you are a buyer or a seller in today's market, we will discuss at length what this means to you and how you can use it to put yourself in a power position. No matter if you are the buyer or the seller, there are angles that we can adjust. That's what myself as a master listing specialist can do to protect your equity and get you to closing with the price that you negotiated.